right, so that's a bush banana. That's from the bush supermarket. It's a desert food. It only grows in the red sand country. We call that munju or kogla. In Kalgoorlie is named galgula. When you go to Broome, that's called magabala. But common name we all know is a bush banana. Number one rule when you do these sort of tours, if you eat this, if you got to eat food, you make sure your guide eats it first. Oh, hang on, what bit's that? My name's Capes. I'm a tour operator, small business owner. Sounds weird, like you're important, I suppose, when you say that. And I run cultural tours in a place called Wula Gura, also known as Shark Bay World Heritage Area. The tourism side of things really combined my two greatest passions outside of family, and that's respect for my culture and respect for nature. So what do you reckon that looks like?
Emu foot.
Emu foot. So we say it's connected to the emu. The leaf look like emu jinnah. Emu is named Yalibidi. We say Garlaya, inland from us, or Yalibidi. If you go in the Western Desert, emu is also known as Jangwana. In Perth, emu is known as the Waich. So different language, Aboriginal language for that same animal.
We say, don't fold your arms, keep them open, you want to let everything in. We say, you don't fill your eyes up, you fill this up. And with the energy...
My nephew Jack, Jack's a wonderful person, he's a wonderful human being. It resonates, and that comes out when he speaks to people.
I love doing what I'm doing, I love being out on country. I love seeing people's faces when I take them out and show them our beautiful land, and proud to be working for my uncle.
As you can see, this has got spikes on it. So this is what we call a carrara. It's an acacia tetragonifilia. Big name, we just call him carrara. This grows around Uluru too. So those, if you have warts, you jab them straight in. Now your arm probably will go numb for about an hour.
That's all right.
So you got a good arm there. So I'm joking.
Some people come on tour just because they want to hang out with him. So, you know, if anyone knows him, they know him as a character.
Now your first consultation is free. All right.
Don't need a second.
No. So that's what you do. That's what we do. You know, we're very protective in regard to understanding our cultural responsibilities around traditional medicine and traditional food. You know, so as Aboriginal tourism operators, it's our responsibility to educate people around that. And you don't give away everything, you know, because there's a cultural responsibility that's attached to all that sort of stuff.
Australians in the past haven't really done much Aboriginal tourism experiences because they often go out of country to Bali and other places around rather than staying in their own state. So it's actually really good now because they're actually getting out there and experiencing some of these Aboriginal experiences they never even knew were there.
Looks good, feels better. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
How are those Tim Tams? Good?
Very good with
Never had a
coffee,
bad Tim Tam.
And we notice a lot of young families, people taking their kids around to do the big lap. And they're very interested in exposing their children to Aboriginal culture.
When you go to New Zealand and see all the marketing in New Zealand, all you see is Maori culture when you go there, and I think Australia's got a long way to go, but I think it could go that way as well. It just needs more development to the businesses, and then the Tourism Australias and the state tourism organisations to start looking at working with organisations like WATOC to help them understand how they can do that marketing a little bit better and get more people here, because that's the key.
It's on the job learning for me. You know, I mean, you could have all the textbooks and stuff like that, but, you know, you're going to cop criticism, and that's just not, it's an Aboriginal thing. And we don't want to just inspire Aboriginal people, you know, we want to inspire people. I don't do this to get, likes on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that. So for me, it's about looking after this country and being an ambassador for a country. If I do that right, then everything else will fall into place.
These mining companies and places do cultural awareness I think that's been done so much that when some of these people hear, oh, we've got to go and do a cultural awareness thing, not again, you know, they go, oh, that's, you know, they're actually already against going and learning about it. Whereas if they go on a tour, it's a whole different experience, because it's not someone sitting in a classroom pretty much, you know, telling you about the facts of what happened and their truth. And even though, you know, other people still don't believe that, you know, that these things happen, but they did, and you know, it's still a lot of healing to be done. But you know, I think a tourism product is a better way of going out and getting cultural, what we call inclusion, not awareness.
The handprint is this handprint here. It symbolises our hand on country, so we say ngada mara ngada ngura, which means our hand, our country. And it also represents the red sand, which is the desert energy, onto the white sand, which is the saltwater energy. So it represents this is where the desert meets the ocean, and the handprint itself on the beach is only temporary, like us. While we're not here forever, but while we're here, we've got to make sure that we look after country. So this kangaroo is called maru, and this mullet is in language name called mulgara. It's caught by a local Aboriginal net fisherman.
We travelled in the Northern Territory a couple of years ago.
Yep.
And had some awesome experiences with Indigenous tourism. You know, we learnt a lot, we appreciated things more, and then now we look for that.
Yeah,
When we come
absolutely.
somewhere, we think, can we have that experience again?
Yeah.
Aboriginal culture isn't lost. In many places we say it's been Wula Gura Nyinda, it's been sleeping. But now it's wake up time, you know, and you guys are part of that because you're carrying that message forward.